yeah. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready now. Hey. Check. 1, 2. It's the comic book Bone Zone, number 25.
25.
25.
We're at a quarter.
Yep, we've done it 25 times. On top of the countless other times we've done the same exact thing under a different name. Anyway, I'm Championsstein,
I'm Heather Hadfield.
and we're here to bullshit some comic books. That's all I got. That's all I got today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about comics and bones. Because again, I have a book this week that has a lot of bones in it.
Nice.
So I'm going to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Sanderlian's Queens of the Lost World. This is where I got mixed up last time. I thought it was just one single queen. It's a story about 3 different queens.
Okay.
Story's a bit weird. It's very wordy because again, it is 3 different queens, and this is all you have to like differentiate. Like when it changes to go to the next one,
Okay.
it's hard to tell sometimes, like when it switches, because the queens also all look very similar. Why? They're related.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Very weird. So yeah, it's just three queens, 3 queendoms that are essentially like going to war.
All
Because
right.
something was stolen from one of them by an outlying queen who was there's a lot of queens in this. But there are some really, the art in this is pretty cool, but there is who's this one? The Castle of the Damned, which is like hell, essentially. I like the way that like the story from that perspective looks the most, because it's like dark and there's like a dead queen that is just trying to like steal shit from the other queendoms, sorry. But like yeah, it just looks really cool. It is a bit confusing though, again, because sometimes it's hard to tell like when the story switches to one of the other queens. Again, they all look the same. They're just all
Yeah.
wearing different booty shirts. So that's it.
We love booby shirts though.
They look really good. My one complaint about this specific issue is there's like one scene where a queen gets into the bath and she's still wearing clothes. It's just weird. She goes in there to like cleanse herself and she walks in with her like Xena outfit on, and I was like, why don't you just like take it off, make yourself a little comfortable, like just chill.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe the ritual requires her to wear her outfit.
I have it open to that page because I love it. Seems like it. That could be it. I don't know. Either way, San Julian's Queens of the Lost World. That was issue number 2.
Okay. I have Dwellings. This is by Jay Stevens. This is issue number 1. This is a little horror anthology. Has a couple different stories in here. The first one is They Know, and the second one is in Second Tongue. And in the first one, this person accidentally kills somebody, and then kind of like these crows start following them. And then they kind of become obsessed with this like murder of crows. It was a lot of fun. And then the second one, like a psychology student is like looking into this case where this kid goes like ends up ODing and comes back to life with like a weird accent.
Okay.
So they're doing some research on that, and stuff goes weird. But yeah, I don't know. It was really like, it's got like this really fun like art style.
Yeah, that's cute.
So
it looks like the Sunday funnies.
Yeah, and there's like cute little, I'm trying to see if I can find, there's like cute little fake ads in here, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, there we go.
Real life dinosaurs. That's good.
So yeah, so it's like
thick book.
It was, huh?
Is it thick?
Yeah, it's like double sized.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was worth it. I only special ordered the first one just because I wasn't sure, but I had a lot of fun, so I'll probably keep reading the other ones.
Yeah.
I think it's bi-monthly, so like every couple months.
That would
Um,
be, especially for like an oversized one like that, that would probably work best for it.
yeah, and then I'm not feeling like bad about spending like $10 on a book. Like it it feels like it's a lot at once, but really it's like I would spend $5 on it if it came out once a month or something.
Right.
Okay. So then I have Killer Queens number 2. This is part 2, number 1. This is a second part of this. There was one story arc before this. This is just the same 2 characters. Not really remembering their names right now, so that's totally fine.
Well, it's been a while since that first story arc even came
Yeah,
out.
and it's funny because I'm pretty sure they say their names in here, and I just again have forgotten. But a prince is leaving their kingdom, and these 2 are trying to help. So just fun little gay stuff.
All right. Nice and queer.
Yeah, well, nice and queer. Then I have the Enfield Gang Massacre. This is issue number 1. This is by the same team that does that Texas Blood. So this is by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. This like takes place in Texas, and like I feel like in the same county as like that Texas Blood does, but don't quote me on that. But follows the Enfield gang. You get like a little bank robbery at the beginning, and yeah, just a good little western.
Does it take place in the same world as that Texas Blood? So is the
Yeah,
Enfield gang, have they been mentioned previously?
not that I remember.
Okay.
Okay, so
Because
it
I know there
takes
was a reason why I didn't pick that up, and I feel like it was for that reason where it was like
I
the same world.
I mean, and the thing is about like that Texas Blood and all of the different like story arcs is you don't have to really read any of the previous story arcs to really
Okay.
like understand what's going on, because it's just like picking up like a mystery or a different like thing that's happened in this like county.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you get you get the like overarching character that's the same, which is the sheriff, but overall they're just like you can kind of pick and choose, I suppose. And I think this one is something where you could just read it without having any sort of knowledge on that Texas Blood. I really liked like this is like newsprint paper, so the paper feels really cool. Like the ink really smelled really good, and it like has just like a really interesting feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited as well because like the covers all connect for the
Ooh,
series.
yeah, that
So
is really cool.
I'm excited. I don't know, it's just like a good Western story is always fun. And
Maybe
this
I'll look
like
that up then because I was interested in reading it, but for some reason I just thought that like I wouldn't be able to enjoy it if I hadn't read that Texas Blood. I
yeah,
don't know where I got that from. I should have looked more into it.
it's okay. I mean, and I think this is like cool too. I guess it kind of is in that like vein of a True Detective, you know. It is like it is and it's not. Like that's just I guess a good comparison. Um but like this it's definitely a Western, but there's like, a little something else going on there.
Right. Okay. Very cool. I might have you put one in my poll if there's any left.
All right. All right. Okay, you ready? We're
All
doing this
right.
together.
Yep, let's do it. It's back.
It's
uh,
House of Slaughter. Okay, go ahead. You go.
House of Slaughter. This is issue number 16, starting a new story arc called Alabaster Part 1. We get a new character introduction whose name is Bait. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say to like not spoil everything that's like happening, but basically he's just apparently a really tough kid who can do a lot of fucking damage. So they use him as like bait with monsters and stuff.
Hmm.
I really like the added effect of like him not having his appendages.
Yeah.
Thought that was very interesting and how he does not talk. and they just use him to like infiltrate and learn information.
Yeah, no, I like the more background like information they gave in here because you learned a little bit about like the houses and like how they started and how, you know, we like one part ended up over here in the United States. And I think, you know, this is again a new story arc, and this is the same team that did the second story arc.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's Sam Johns and Letizia Catanuzzi. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked all of the like, I mean, because Bait is obviously like the main character of the story arc. Like that's who you're going to be following and stuff, and seeing
Hmm.
as like a main character. But I do like all of the background characters and stuff. You have like the group of kids that are like playing pool, who are discussing everything and all their issues and stuff. Um, and then yeah, the group of like higher ups or whatever who are making the decisions and stuff. I don't know. I just like how it all comes together. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I really, yeah, I thought it was going to be a quick read, so I just like opened it to read like the other morning, and then I was like, oh no, there's a lot more going on here.
Yeah, no, the same thing happened to me. I was thinking that same thing because usually it like that first issue of a new story arc is like goes by pretty quickly. You're just like
Yeah,
introduced to this new character or this new part of the story that's already happened, and then that's it. But it took a while. It took me a
yeah.
while to read it.
It's like we're gonna build some backstory. Are you ready? Like,
Yep.
okay, I
Here's all the
guess.
lore you've been waiting for.
Uh, okay.
All right. So I have Banshees. This is
Mhm.
issue number 3. I feel like there's only going to be 5. I hope there's only going to be 5. Um, this this story is really weird. So it's just about this serial killer who kills a person like every however many years. This particular story arc follows this girl named Emily who ends up at the school who starts seeing the ghosts. And at the end of the last issue, she gets murdered. So this issue is her being one of the ghosts and trying to figure out like how to tell people or like how to
Mhm.
figure it out. But there's just like weird things that happen in here. Like they can't leave this specific room, the ghost can't. But she just like they've been there for one of them at least has been there for like 50 years. And she's like, no, I've been trying this whole time. You can't get out. But then Emily all of a sudden is just like, well, what if you just do this? And they get out. So it's like kind of weird stuff is happening. But her roommate, who was one of the only people that she ended up making friends with, um, is not dealing with the situation very well. And so her and another mutual friend of the girl are going to start investigating to see what they can figure out. I don't I don't know. I don't really have any feelings on it one way or another. It's at this point it's just like well, I kind of want to know how it's solved,
Yeah.
but at the same time there's like a pervert teacher who has been like sleeping with students. There's the killer who somehow is like in this story there's some random guy that's like stalking them that they won't show his face, so you don't know who it is.
Mhm.
There's like the dean of the school who knows about the pervert teacher and it's just like, hey, stop. And that's it. And then the group of ghosts who just discovered that they could leave the room. So it's like
Amazing. I love that.
it's a little weird. There's just a lot going on. And I don't have any connection to the characters. I don't care about any of them.
Hmm.
I just want to know like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I've got to say about that.
Oh, that's good. Okay, well then I next have World's Finest Teen Titans. This is issue number 2. This is just a fun book by Mark Waid, and then Emanuela Lupacchino does the art, and then Jordy Beller does the colors. Um, just fun little World's Finest story. This one is like a young girl is having like nightmares, basically makes like a haunted house situation, and her like she's pretty powerful. And it's just like all of those like teenage fears that you have. And I don't know. I really like this. I do wish that I was like, a teen reading this because I think it'd be even more fun and I would like it even more. But it's still really great. Like the art is just really, really, really good. I like the art and colors are just phenomenal.
Yeah,
And the
I
story
really
is
like
just,
that first issue.
yeah, the story's just like, even though it's serious, it's just like lighthearted at the same time and has a good like little feel to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been enjoying, like that Batman Superman was really good. That Shazam first few issues have been like first couple issues before the Night Terror stuff has been like fun. And
Nice
then
story.
yeah, and then now I have Night Terror Shazam. It's also by Mark Wade, Mark Wade. Too many words there. And then Roger Cruz does the pencils and Wellington Diaz does the inks. And then Arif Brianto does the colors. And this is just a night terror story. Mary's like going through everybody's dreams, helping them out, help them fight them nightmares.
Is that the second one?
Yep, that's the second one, so it's like done now.
Okay.
And I didn't actually read like I think this was one of the only ones I read this week. Maybe I read the end of the Joker one, but maybe that was last week. All of
Okay.
the weeks are blending in right now.
I did hear that the Robin Night Terrors was garbage.
I
I
mean,
didn't I didn't read it, so I don't know.
I think it was fine. I don't know if I read it. I can't remember if that was one of the ones I read or one of the ones I didn't read. I don't think I did read that one because I read the Titans one.
Okay. Yeah,
I think I skipped like that week and then I read like the next week.
that makes sense.
And it's just like they're fine. They're just like again, it's just
Not really necessary. They
not
could have
necessary.
put
Yeah,
them into like just one book.
it's fine. Just like let it go. I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk about this next one. This is Kaya. This is issue number 10. This is just following the siblings in the Poison Lands. Um, Jin is kind of going through it because he fell into poisonous water. Kaya is also going through it because she does not have her arm and she is still trying to find Jen, but she gets the help of um, what would you call him? He's
I mean,
they say he's an unexpected ally, but he's from the other side.
I would say he's one of the mutants.
Yeah, his name's
So
Runt.
yeah, it's a good little nice team up. Yeah, I just like this book is so good. Like this issue is like incredibly interesting with like Jin fighting, I guess, internally trying to figure out like who he is and what's going on and how to save
Mhm.
himself. And then just all of these like politicky things happening where you're just like, ah.
And it is also interesting to see Kaya like try to navigate the lands like without the use of her arm.
Mm-hmm.
She only has like one arm, which she's doing pretty good. Like
But yeah.
she's pretty strong, but still, it's the fact that like she has a magic arm and it's just gone. So now she's a normal.
uh yeah, I really love this series. It's just like it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It is, and it does a weird thing too, where it's like it's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
You really sit and think about it, like these
Oh
two kids,
yeah.
like, their entire family and land and people were just like massacred, and they're just alone trying to figure out what to do.
And yeah, and they're just like fighting for their lives. Yeah, it is really sad. Like I think
Yeah,
that's the thing about it is just like that first story arc, it wasn't like lighthearted, but it was still kind of felt like
it
had
was a
like a
good.
little bounce to it. And this
Yeah,
one
I was
is
gonna
just
say
like,
it was like a
oh
good
shit.
introduction to their personalities, like the
Mm-hmm.
characters and stuff, rather than just like the story itself. it's you got to know them first, which I thought was really cool, because then it was like, here's all the trauma.
Yeah, I was like, here's the bad time.
Yeah.
This gonna be all just like, you know, this dude's getting married and Kaya likes him situation. This is real.
Yeah, there's way more to it than that.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Good
right, you
times.
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is Swan Songs. This is, oh Lord. This is our last book. This is issue number 2. It's an anthology by, I never remember the order, but it's W. Maxwell Prince. And the art in this one is by Caspar Wingard.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this story is about love and falling out of love.
And just like, yeah, how hard it is to love someone and like, I don't know, all the little like nuances of what that is and like how to make what you need happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like the beginning part was kind of like a bummer. And I was like, damn, dude, I don't want this to end this way. And then that like does its little turn and you're just like, well, I ow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how they can take this story that is just, like a love story, but then do it from like two different perspectives, like obviously two people
Hmm.
experiencing it like the same story, but they interpret it like different ways. I always thought that was very interesting. And can we just talk about like the way the art changes?
Yeah, no, the art changes are really good. Like the colors are really like really good in this issue. Or in particular, yeah, in this issue. But like I like that Jack Kirby, like
Yeah.
those Jack Kirby pages were great. Like the samurai thing was real fun. Like it just yeah, it was really good. It was one of those things where I, um been like fighting with like my partner for the last like week.
Mm-hmm.
So just like reading this, I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard.
why did you do this?
It's and I think, I mean, these types of stories, especially like how he's been doing the anthologies, because haha, that one that he did was also another one. Like it was about clowns. Like how deep
Hmm.
can that get? But I was like in tears for every single issue because they were just written so well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I know like this one, you had sent me that, link and stuff about them. That was just I love love. I love
Oh,
stories of like love and death and like dying and all, and how they're
yeah.
all like correlated and stuff. So reading this anthology was, so far, has been like really cool, but also just so, it's a huge bummer.
Yeah, yeah. Because it is kind of just like about the end of love and like,
Mhm,
and the lengths that you go for to love. At least these first couple issues have felt that way to me.
mhm. Yeah, because it is one of those things where it's like you can try, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like it doesn't matter. It's just not in the cards. It just is not going to happen, and you have to accept that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I highly suggest that series. It's so good. At least those first couple issues have been like phenomenal.
Yeah, and I do like how, I mean, the first issue, it could have been, it was a good introduction to the anthology because it could have set the tone for so many different things
Hmm.
for the rest of the anthology and stuff. But then reading the second one made it obvious that like, yeah, okay, this is just, it's about how love doesn't always prevail.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, okay, you got anything else?
No.
All right, then we're done talking about comic books.
Yep.
So, as always, go to your local comic book shops and give them money, buy some comic books. There are like a billion out there, and we tell you about them every single week. So, literally, we even tell you when we don't like them. Maybe you should just read them despite us.
Yeah, tell us why we're wrong, because I would love to hear one example of how I'm wrong, because I have yet to hear it.
Go to your local libraries, use their resources, take care of your friends, take care of each other. What you got, Heather?
Speaking of libraries, there's going to be an event at Omaha Public Libraries in September. I can't remember the exact date. Maybe I'll find the link for it, where Molly Shannon is going to be here speaking with an author about the importance of libraries and books. So I think that everyone should know about it. I love Molly Shannon, and I love the fact that they're doing like a fundraiser for Omaha Public Libraries. It's so cool. So I'll find the link and share it. I mean, you can just Google Molly Shannon Omaha, and I think it's supposed to be like, I want to say like September 23rd, something like that, but it is coming up, and I do think it would be very interesting to go to. It's just a nice little fundraiser event where there's just an author and a comedian speaking about books.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Okay. Well then, we'll thank you for listening to us, and we'll see you all on the flippity flip.
Later.
Goodbye. Good, good, good.